mean, I think maybe it makes sense to point out winter is leaving.
God, yeah.
Here in the Pacific Northwest, it seems to have just kind of given up.
Well, today, so I was out walking today, and I saw a lot of things apropos of the mask mandates. It was just gorgeous out, and according to my phone, it's going to start raining before we're done live streaming today, and it's never going to stop. It's just going to be raining forever.
Well, and our spring rains aren't like that, rain that we're famous for here, where it just kind of drizzles all the time.
No, the spring rains can be tumultuous.
Yes, they can be intense.
Yeah.
So, question for you. You and I haven't talked about what you saw on your walk this morning. Our mask mandate ended today.
Yep.
So that is something that will mean very little to people in some parts of the country, where they've had mask mandates, people haven't necessarily been adhering to them. Yeah. But in the Pacific Northwest, they absolutely have. And it has been oppressive. Now, there are certainly probably people who have joined us more recently in our trajectory of live streams who won't know where we started on this, so we will revisit some of that. But what you saw today as you walked around, any difference between what you would have seen today and a week ago?
Yes. Specifically inside. So I went to a market to pick up some meat and such for dinner. And in the market, there were still a few people masked, but almost no one was at this point. And of course, a week ago, everyone was.
Last night, everyone was.
But outside, where for a long time now, most people have not been masked, although at a moment, and I think I mentioned this in the live stream, at some point last summer maybe, I don't remember exactly what time of year it was, but I was walking actually in the very same park I was walking today by the river, unmasked, alone, and a lady yelled at me about, saving people's lives and not being selfish. And I thought at the time, man, are people confused? Good Lord, are people confused about what it takes to actually do your job as a citizen and be responsible, because thinking for yourself is actually a hell of a lot more important than virtue signaling with something that doesn't help anyone. But outside today, actually, I did not detect a change. And maybe you would expect that there was still, I would say now actually inside and outside is a match. There's maybe 10% of the people who are still walking around masked. But we went out to dinner last night and asked the waitress, you looking forward? You looking forward to this? And we'd asked another wait person a week or two ago, and he had said, "Nah, I don't really need it.
It's fine.
Take it or leave it, right?" And this waitress last night was like, "Oh my God, I am going to cut this thing into little pieces as soon as I can and never wear it again." So people are having different responses to this seemingly endless experience of putting fabric on your face.
Yeah. So anyway, I think I wish I had thought to predict that the inside environment would start looking like the outside environment, because basically the outside environment are people who are mask focused and have been doing this voluntarily, since the mask phenomenon began. Now, ironically, the mask...
Well, here and elsewhere too, but we talked in, spring of 2020, when they were closing down beaches, they were closing down parks, they were basically concentrating people into small spaces to, help reduce the spread of disease. Never made sense. But there were signs up once the parks reopened. And, the beaches I'm talking about were in California. I don't remember to the degree that there were beaches closed in Oregon, but once the parks reopened, which is insane. But, we have some very big, hundreds of acres parks here in Portland. There were signs up that said you absolutely must wear a mask.
Right.
And I never did. I refused to. But at that point, I would be the only one on the trail without a mask. And I remember a couple people leapt out of my way, in order to, reduce their chances of contracting something from, outside. And so there was an expectation here for a while.